everybody, I am live. Okay. Put that on. Also, I gotta wipe my screen, guys. I can't do this. Okay. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay. I am a little bit late. I apologize. I had a phone call back from Aubrey's doctor. So let me get this pulled up here now. Giving you guys just a second to let you know that I am officially live here. And today we are going to talk about healing money stories. You are in the group Healing for Women Entrepreneurs. Let me get this pulled up so I know what's going on and so I can see your comments. If you comment, if you come on, if not, that's okay. I get it. I understand. We're all busy. We've all got things to do. But the whole purpose of healing money stories is, of course, so that you can call in abundance, feel abundant, and of course, so that you can make money from your business. This is a huge piece to being able to actually make money on your own. And I know because it's been kind of hard for me. Not recently, but it's definitely been a struggle for me. And it's been a struggle for me because I've had a lot of shame around money. And so we will actually get into that here in just a minute. If you are new to me, if you are new to this group, welcome to this group. I'm excited to have you here. This is all about so you can align mind, body, and soul and thrive. I am Angela. I am the founder of AsFreeAsYouSee. I'm a breakthrough coach and a healer of queens, and I help women align mind, body, and soul so they can lead from their hearts, love what they do, and thrive. And ultimately, what I do is I help you do the inner work so that you can easily apply the strategy in your business. And a lot of the inner work means that we're letting go a lot of the past. And you know, sometimes that's not easy, and that's why I'm here to guide that. I have years and years of trauma that I have worked through. I have 5 years experience in my business, and a lot of those years were epically failing years that I loved every second of it because I'm living out my passion and my purpose and my mission. And so it's been very enjoyable, even though they do feel like they've been failing. So yeah, and so that's who I am in a nutshell. Things are a little bit crazy. Things have just been crazy. So if you're on, let me know that you're on. Say hello. If you're watching the replay, let me know that you're watching the replay. If you have questions during this time, be sure to answer questions. You know, this is all about for you. And the more you engage, the more you get involved, the better this is going to be for you. Anything and everything I do, whether you watch these lives, whether you get involved with the challenges, whether you take a course that's live or not, that's been redone, you work with me one-to-one, it will always require you to do work. And it will always require you to do work, because without your commitment, without your end of the bargain, you're the piece, then none of this actually works. I can only lead you to water. I cannot force you to do the work. And when you do the work, it changes everything. It absolutely changes everything. So let's jump into money stories, healing money stories. And I feel like this is so important because a lot of us want to be able to make money in our business, of course. And sometimes it feels like we're doing so well, we're getting traction, we're getting engagement, but we can't seem to attract clients. We can't seem to attract the money that we want. Or when we do have the money that we want, it seems to disappear quickly. It seems to go away. It seems like there's never enough. So, and I get that. I get that 100% because all of my life, and I've just came into this awareness, I think like a week ago or something like that, that all of my life, money has had power in my life, all the way from when I was a child to like now, right? And not necessarily as much now, but it definitely means that if I'm 34, I think I'll be 35 in December, so I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I'm really bad at keeping track of time and age now, so it's really hard. But anyway, so that means that I've got probably 32 years of unlearning with money. And that's not always going to be easy. That's not always going to be like something that you can do overnight. It requires work. It requires a lot of realizations. It requires a lot of passion, or I tried to say compassion and empathy to get, I don't know what was going on there. It requires a lot of compassion, and it requires a lot of you to have a lot of self-love for yourself and to let those things go. Heather says Money Monday. Yes, I love that. Yes, it is Money Monday today. So, and I'm telling you these stories because I want you to feel like you're not alone, okay? I don't want you to feel like you're alone with believing that there's not enough money, with believing like money runs out quickly, like no matter what you do, it's never enough. There's never enough clients that are reaching out to you. You create big money and then all of a sudden it disappears. You're calling in clients and then all of a sudden it disappears. I have been there. And my money has always been highly connected to shame. Shame is actually my core wound. And if you've worked with me one-to-one, you know that I'm specifically talking about gene keys. And we all have a core wound, no matter who we are, what we're doing, we all have a core wound, which I believe is essentially something that we all specifically deal with a lot in our lives. If you're curious about what it specifically is, let me pull them out. A lot of people actually think that their core wound is abandonment, and most people do not have the abandonment wound or the separation wound. Some people do. I've worked with people that have it, but actually a lot of people have the denial and shame wound, at least that I've worked with, and I've read a few of these charts. So the core wounds are repression, denial, shame, rejection, guilt, and separation. And I'm a firm believer that if you have the core wound, you specifically deal with this also in money. Okay. And this, for me, shame has been everywhere, trickled in my money story. So what I want you to do is become very aware of, the first thing I want you to do is become very aware of the feelings that money brings into you, okay? I don't know if that's like works, but I feel like you guys get my drift. So if us having a live about money is triggering and uncomfortable, what is it triggering? What are the feelings that are coming up for you? Are you feeling like we shouldn't be talking about money? Are you feeling like money is taboo? Are you feeling like it's shameful to talk about money? It's disrespectful to talk about money? What are your thoughts? What are your feelings that are running through? Okay, I used to be very embarrassed to talk about money. I used to be very ashamed to talk about money, okay, which is interesting because I've been on both sides of the spectrum, okay? I've been on the side of the spectrum where when I was married, at the time, my husband was actually bringing in all of the income and I was not bringing in any money. And then I got a little part-time job that turned into a full-time job, and then things just kind of unfolded from there. And then I got to a space where I was working at a hospital and I was a nanny at the same time. And when I was a nanny, I was bringing in easily like $5,000-$6,000 in cash every month. And I was drinking and partying all the time, so I know where it went. And then I had the income from working my traditional, I'm going to say regular job. But I also was afraid to talk about money during that time either. And then when I just had my traditional job and I still had a house and had a car and paid all my bills, I was afraid to talk about money then. And then when it came to my business, when I started talking about my business, I was afraid to talk about money then because shame this, shame that. And now I'm just like, there's not any real shame. The shame has come from my trauma with all of it connected. And this is why I believe it is so important to heal your trauma. Heather says it's shameful to talk about it, embarrassed to talk about it, don't think it should be exactly. And I feel like that's normal. It's so windy, you guys, my allergies. I don't know if it's allergies acting up or if it's post-COVID acting up. So I apologize. But yes, I totally understand those comments and those thoughts and those feelings. And this is why I do believe that it is critical for you to heal your trauma if you want to be able to also heal your money stories, because they connect, they go together. So if you've dealt with a lot of shame, then naturally you are going to have a lot of shame connected with your money stories. Okay. So yes, we are going to go over how you can do this on your own without necessarily going in to healing your trauma and coming into alignment. But if you want your money stories to, feel abundant and they're calling in abundance for you, and you no longer want to worry about money, and you want to be able to just swipe the credit card without thinking about it, without looking at the credit card or the tag, you want to go out to eat whenever you want to buy that thing whenever you want, you must first have the capacity to be able to call in all that money. And if you do not have the capacity to call in all that money, what's going to happen is you're going to call it in a little bit and then it's going to disappear. You're going to call it in a little bit and it's going to disappear. So how do you create the capacity to be able to do that? Is you must first come into alignment. You must first have the space to be able to do so. And to be able to do that, it means that you have to create safety in order for you to be able to do that. When you create safety, it opens up your body and your nervous system and your heart to receive. If you are not doing that, then working on these money stories, it's going to be a one-time thing, and you're going to fall back to your coping mechanisms. You're going to fall back to the things that your unhealthy habits that you have with money. And it's only natural for that to happen because you do not feel safe having money. If you do not feel safe having money, then this is all going to backfire. So what's the best way to be able to create that capacity? Of course, is to work with me. I mean, it's to work with me. Okay. It is to work with me. I can help you feel safe and reset your nervous system and lead with your heart and open up your mind and naturally have you step into healthy habits in 8 weeks. So if you really are about that, I want you to reach out to me so that we can create this as a permanent thing rather than you working at this and then self-sabotage and then you're back to your old ways. We don't want that anymore. So if you really want to reset and rewire your nervous system so you feel safe to receive, reach out to me. Okay, this is a little tangent. Okay, but what I want you to do, okay? If you do not feel like you're ready to work one-to-one and whatever else is going on, that's fine. I respect that. But do know that if you do not feel safe, you will not continuously receive. And I know that to be a fact because it has shown up that way in my life over and over and over. Not only has that happened, but shame with money has also come up over and over and over. And it's because I used to manipulate men into doing like whatever I wanted. And now that I feel like I'm healed, that manipulation is almost associated with exchange for money, right? So, and I don't have to get into that, but a lot of that shame is there. And it was there. It's not anymore. But the best way for you to go through this is to Get really comfortable with your thoughts and your feelings around money. When people post about money, when people brag about money, when people, say, well, I can help you make 10K in a month, reach out to me, grab this freebie. Does that make you feel uncomfortable, or does that make you feel like, yes, I want this? Okay. I want you to get very aware of your thoughts and your feelings, okay, around money. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to take an inventory, and this has been so powerful for me, so I want you to do this, is I want you to take an inventory of how money has played a part in your life, all the way to what you can remember and all the way to today and this very moment, okay? I want you to take an inventory because I want you to be aware of the generational conditioning that has been put on you about money. And then what I want you to do is I want you to take an inventory of what you've picked up from society about money, okay? And especially right now, we believe that rich people are greedy. We believe that rich people should give away all their money. We believe that rich people should be taking care of the poor. We believe that rich people should be taxed. Okay. And that's just some of the stories that we as a society are picking up right now. The truth is that if you don't want to be greedy, if you don't want to give your money away to things that you don't believe in, and if you don't want to be taxed half your money or whatever it is that other people are talking about, guess what society is actually doing? It is conditioning you to not want to have money, because money equals greed. Money equals you should be giving it away. Money equals taxation. And so society is actually conditioning you by putting these thoughts into your head, and you pick them up because you don't want to be greedy. I know that when I think about half of my money, I don't want to give half my money away in taxes where I personally feel like we don't even know where they go. Okay. So I feel like I want you to take an inventory of the things that you have also picked up from society, because the truth is that they're not yours. Okay. Our society is a huge contradiction. Okay. It's interesting to me that we want to glamorize the rich and make them the most powerful people in the world, yet they're greedy and they don't help anybody, but yet we're supposed to idolize them and we're supposed to worship them, yet they're bad. So I don't understand exactly how that contradiction is supposed to work. How are you supposed to idolize the rich and the wealthy and famous people and worship them, but yet you're supposed to also think that they're greedy and that they should be taxed half their money, all in the same hand? Do you see how that doesn't work? Okay, you're allowed to be rich, because the truth is, the bottom line is that having money just amplifies who you are, and good people do good things with money. And so if you truly believe that you're a good person, then you're just going to naturally do good things with money. You are going to give back. You are going to give back to charities that you believe in. You are going to tip. You are going to buy things that you want. And that's essentially what you want to do. But I want you to take an inventory of the things that are going on that you're picking up in society, that you are picking up. Okay? The next thing that I want you to do is I want you to journal on the following questions. How do I feel about clients paying me? Okay. How do I feel about clients paying me? How do I think clients feel about paying me? And these are going to be important, because if you do not feel comfortable with clients paying you, guess what you're going to do? You're going to repel clients away from you that want to pay, that may want your service. But because you have this subconscious and unconscious programming about about clients paying you, then they're not going to show up to pay you. You are actually repelling the people that can pay you. Okay. If you are thinking that clients hate to pay people and hate to pay you, then you're not going to get paid even if they are working with you. And I know this to be true because I've had issues with clients paying me. Okay. I've had the contract set up. I've worked with their, financial situation so that they can make payments. And then it turns out we're 2-3 months in and we're almost, well, not 2 or 3 months in, we're like almost into the program. And now all of a sudden I've done all the work and I've shown up and now they can't pay me for the rest of the time. It's happened to me 2 times and I hated the feeling. It didn't feel good. And so what I realized is that I was actually repelling people from paying me because I felt like people didn't want to pay me. And I don't believe that anymore. Okay. And I want you to be aware of this, and how to let go of this is to ask yourself, how do you feel when you pay bills? Okay, if you hate it, if you don't like it, if you don't like paying bills, then guess what's going to happen? You are sending out that energy that says that your clients also don't like to pay you because it's a bill. Because the truth is, and when I started to realize this, that I didn't like paying my bills, and then it was sending that energy out, it was translating to that. And I don't want that. So now, when I go to the grocery store, when I go and get an oil change, when I go to get gas, when I go to pay my credit cards, I actually get excited. I get excited because my money is paying the bills that I need to be able to sustain. Okay, that my business is doing that. There's not anybody else doing that for me. There's not, I had an ex that I used to be with that was very controlling, and he paid for pretty much everything. And so it was very uncomfortable for me to learn how to navigate through that. But now every time I go to the grocery store, every time I go to get the oil change, every time I restock on the things that I need, I get excited. I get excited about it, and I get excited about it because my money is paying that. So I want you to be aware. How do you feel when you're paying bills? Okay. I want you to be aware of that, because if it doesn't feel good, then your clients are not going to feel good about paying you either. The next thing I want you to ask yourself, and this is going to be very deep, is what are you getting from not making the money that you truly desire? Okay, for me, it was attention, love, connection. And connection has been a huge one for me in the last few months, is that I'm lacking connection. This is the same type of thing that you can get from actually with your relationship with food, with your relationship with men. What are you getting from not making the money that you truly desire? Okay, ask yourself that. Now I want you to ask yourself, how can you give what you're getting from that? How can you give it to yourself in a healthy way? So that if you are receiving love from it, you're receiving attention, whatever the case may be, how can you give that to yourself? For me, it is always to build genuine connections and find friendships in my local community. And I've been working on it, but I did do a little move forward on Friday, and it felt really good. But how can you give that to yourself? When you are personally giving yourself those things, then you don't do things that make you broke. You save money. You allow money to come in, but you also have to figure out what you're working with, what kind of money blocks you're working with, what kind of money stories you're working with. What I also want you to do, and I forgot to mention this at the beginning, is I want you to take an inventory of all the stuff, all the stuff that you heard growing up about money. There's never enough. We can't afford that. Money doesn't grow on trees. Whatever other money stories there are. And also, I want you to be aware of the stories that you are telling yourself about money. I'm unworthy. I'm not good enough. Whatever, I'm not enough, right? All of that also translates to the way that you see money, to the way that you deal with money. When you become aware of these things, you naturally let them go if you have been doing the inner work. If you have not been doing the inner work, this is something that will take time and patience, and you want to work really hard at creating healthy habits. Again, if you do not want to work hard at creating healthy habits, then I highly recommend that you reach out to me and reach out to me for my 8-week program. It is a signature healing program and it does absolutely wonders. If you feel like you want to dive a little bit more into money stories and kind of shift your mindset, and you just need a little something, I will actually leave a link to my mindset course. Okay, I don't know why. Anyway, I will leave a link to my mindset course, so that if you want to you want to dive a little bit deeper into that, you can absolutely do that. And the mindset course is very powerful. There's a whole module on money, and this will help you create safety. There is some meditations out there that you can use, but it is very powerful if you just want something that's just a little something now. And then that way, if you want to build up to working with me, you can. But that link is absolutely powerful. I'm hoping that, okay, yeah, it did go through. So that is also very powerful that you can use to help you with your mindset, to help you shift, to help you create safety, to help you show up in your business the way that you want. And that will be very helpful for you, especially if you have some blocks around money stories. Again, the best way to be able to let go of your money stories that are holding you back, repelling clients, not getting what you want, not creating the abundance that you want, is to create safety, is to create the capacity in your nervous system, in your mind, body, and soul. And the best way to do that is to, of course, work with me. If you're watching this and you have any questions, please leave them. I want to hear about the breakthroughs and the shifts and the aha moments that you have around your money stories. Being aware of these things around your money stories doesn't necessarily make them go away, but the awareness is everything, because the awareness allows you to choose differently. And when you choose differently, things shift. Healthy habits are created. Safety is created in your nervous system and out in your life so that you can receive. Let's actually talk about receiving for just a moment, because I feel like it's important. Receiving is something that you don't actually do. Receiving is about being present. If you do not know how to be present, this is also something you want to practice. You want to be in your feminine energy in order to receive. Hustling is a thing of the past. Hustling, to me, hustling and burnout are trauma connected. And they're trauma connected because you really are trying to hustle and put everything you've got into your business because you're actually trying to avoid and escape yourself. You don't want to deal with what's really going on. You don't want to deal with whatever else is out there. So you put everything you have into your business so that you can avoid what's going on in your reality, so that you don't have to be present. And I'm actually going to do something on burnout, I think, next week, because I think that I want to do an energy balancing course, which I feel like is so powerful, and it's connected to masculine and feminine energy, and we'll dive into all of that and how to break away from avoidance. So I'm thinking about that. If you're interested in that, definitely let me know. You can comment, but I would love to hear that. So I would love to hear about that if you're interested in that. But this is what I have for you. You want to make sure that you are working through your money blocks. You also want to be sure that you are allowing yourself to receive. And the best way to start helping yourself receive is to allow yourself to receive help. I'm not saying to ask for help because I know that it's extremely hard to ask for help. But what I am telling you to do is that when people offer help, you accept it. Now, when I say that, I want you to know that this needs to come from trusted people, people that are your people that you let sit at your table and eat at your table. I'm not talking about people when they offer help, they really have an agenda and then they're going to hold it over your head later. No, we're not talking about those people. We are talking about people that genuinely want to help you. And when they offer help, then I want you to accept the help. And this is going to help you receive. When you receive gifts, don't ask why people do that. You just say thank you and you appreciate it. Same thing with compliments, okay? If you want to really be able to receive abundance and receive the money that you desire, you've got to open yourself up. And a big part of this is allowing yourself to receive compliments without any backlash. Well, oh, this old thing, or, oh, I had a terrible time doing my makeup, or whatever the case is, you just say thank you. And I want you to practice these things because they will help you receive. They will help you receive a great deal. Okay, this is what I have for you. Oh, I'm drinking kombucha, just so you know. This is what I have for you. Healing your money stories is important, but if you do not have the capacity in your nervous system to feel safe with money, it's going to backfire. And I know because I have done crazy things with money that have just shown me over and over and over that I did not feel safe having money. I've worked through a lot of it, okay? Money has had great power in through my entire life where I've spent years learning that it doesn't have to be that way, that I am an energetic match for money and it is a renewable source and that it does come in and that good people do good things with money and that not everybody with money is greedy and not everybody with money should be taxed the hell out of because we think that that's the way that our society should shift to. I do not believe that. I think that that's a scarcity mindset and I feel like everybody needs to work on it. Money is not an ugly word. Money is completely innocent, except for we give it meaning. We give it meaning with our trauma, with our bullshit, with our conditioning, with our contradictories. We do that. Money does not do that. If you have any questions and you're watching the replay, please feel free to leave them. I'd love to hear from you. Again, if you're interested in working with me one-to-one, make sure that you reach out to me. If you are interested in the Mindset Shift course, make sure you check out that link so that you can get access to it. It is $97 for the course. It's 10 modules with like 4 or 5 bonus things in there. I don't know how else to say it. If you're interested, check it out. I'm not going to sit here and sell to you like that. If you want to work with me, you already know that you want to work with me. It's about your ability to make the resources happen. So I am available. Reach out to me. I want to be able to help you. I'm Angela. I'm the founder of AsFreeAsYouSee. I'm a breakthrough coach and healer of queens. I help you align mind, body, and soul so that you can thrive. And I will see you later. Bye.